We're back talking about the world of politics. Want to get right back to your phone calls, and we will go to Kingston. Hi, Kingston.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your patience.
Oh yes, sir. I just have a couple of things. I'm not going to keep you long, but I'll go to talk though.
Go ahead.
So, okay, I have two. I have a couple of ones.
Okay.
The president said he's going to make America great again, and not focusing on minimum wages. And they not taking care of the affordable houses here in Nashville. The politicians here, like the governor or the mayor, is not taking care of the people that's making up under $7,000 a year or less than that.
Yeah.
And I want to know what they are going to do about that. Because they stopped, they spending billions of dollars here.
Right.
And they're not doing anything for the people that's working at restaurants like me and the rest of them. And,
Kingston, how long have you lived in Nashville?
Struggling.
Are you from Nashville originally? How long have you lived here?
Yes, sir, all my life.
All your life, yeah. And we just did a story tonight on our newscast about a new report that showed to live comfortably in Nashville, you need to make about $80,000
because people that's making
year.
up under $7,000 not living comfortable.
Yeah.
And the politicians ain't doing nothing but helping their friends.
Yeah, the affordable housing issue is huge. And I'm not sure, thank you for your call, Kingston, we appreciate it. I'm not sure federally, really this involves the city and the state reaching out, federal grants, housing grants, working with HUD, I guess, right? But it is an issue. It is a big issue. And this is what we're focused on News Channel 5 this year. It's called On the Rise. And we just started a new Facebook group. So we're going to be looking into affordable housing is huge, Kingston. So just be following us, and hopefully we can do some substantive stories on that topic. We're going to have to address it in Nashville because we've seen it. Anyone who's lived here for the last 5 or 6 years has seen it. All right, let's go to Linda next. Hey, Linda.
Hello.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you. I just wanted to comment on Trump.
Okay.
I always voted Republican, but I think he's a disgrace to the Republican Party. I mean, everything he does is to feed his ego. Like, for instance, the $12 billion taxpayer money today to bail out the farmers for a mess he created to start with. I think if we have him for 6 more years, there's no telling what's going to happen.
Okay. Now, do you still identify yourself as Republican?
I would never vote for him again. I would vote for anyone that ran against him.
Oh, okay. Linda, thank you.
Okay.
Not surprising to hear that from some.
Not surprising, and I think Trump, what he has done is he has changed the political landscape in many ways. He's brought some people into the party, but he's forced many others out. And right now, he seems to have shaped the Republican Party in his own image, and that's going to be both a problem and a strength going on. So
let's talk about the midterms coming up. If it is a problem, if he, there's some close races across the country. Can he lose the majority?
I think he could lose. I very much think he could lose the House majority because of the way the districts are, particularly the change in Pennsylvania and the structure of the districts there. The fact that he is so immensely unpopular in some areas of California and blue states where there are still some Republican congressmen that could lose. So I do think there's a real threat to lose the House. I think he'll hold on to the Senate. But I do think the House is very, very much in play.
And then what happens?
Well, you'll probably have more dysfunctional government for another 2 years. Americans say they don't like divided government, but in the end, we seem to vote for it a lot.
All the time.
So I think there is this argument that many people are making that Trump needs to have a check on him and that you need to have a part of the government needs to be opposed.
Checks and balances. There you go. Linda, thank you. Let's go to, oh, hold on just a second. I'm going to get John on, who was on earlier. John, thanks for calling back.
Oh, yes.
Go ahead, sir.
For taking my call.
Sure.
I'm actually shocked. I had told my, well, let's not get to that because I have appointed, I need to stay focused. Well, I'm calling to talk about Trump. A lot of my Republican friends think that Democrats, want Trump to fail, but that's not the case. I remember a friend of mine put up a picture on Facebook that had Obama, Clinton, and some of the Democratic leaders taking picture with Putin, and they said, well, why is that different from Trump? How come everybody's upset? Well, I'm just going to give a few reasons why their pictures with Putin is different from Trump's.
Okay.
They didn't take a picture with Putin after he meddled in the U.S. elections. 17 Intel community or Intel services said there's no doubt that Russia interfered with our election. And Trump has been called a stooge before. He's always been differential to Putin. And with all that said, he went over there, stood beside Putin, and seemed to parrot every single thing that Putin believes. And he essentially said he takes the word of Russian President Vladimir Putin over the 17 Intel communities.
Right.
Called out an FBI agent and lambasted him in front of the world. And he even said America acted stupidly, but couldn't get himself to say Russia acted stupidly. So also, his son, said that they get a lot of their money from Russia because he's been bankrupt 5 times, and these are not, these aren't made up. These are facts. He's been bankrupt so many times that American companies wouldn't lend him money, so he has to go to Russia to borrow money, and that's why the issue of the tax return is so important. I don't know when we're going to make it law that if you're running for president of the United States of America, you must release your tax return so we know who you owe money to, who, so we know who you might do favors to, So it's not that I want to support President Trump, but he's just doing some things that are very, very questionable. And I just hope that becomes law, and I hope he succeeds.
Thank you, John. We appreciate the phone call. A lot in there. The investigation, Mueller's investigation, supposedly is nearing the final
some
stages.
Sort of conclusion. Yeah. No, we should get some sort of verdict on whether there was any real significant collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia. I think if there were serious evidence of that, I think it might have leaked by now. I do think what seems to have been established is that there were people around Trump who certainly were looking for some type of collaboration. Whether it rose to him himself, we still don't know.
That's fascinating. All right, we're going to take another break. We've got several calls lined up. Be patient, callers. We're going to get to you in this final segment right after this break. Stay with us.